WBTV investigation getting results as the North Carolina Building Code Council tells WBTV it will have to update the fire code after questions from investigative reporter David Hodges. A spokesperson for the State Building Code Council says that our questions about the code revealed that what was adopted was actually a typo. David first told you yesterday about a change in the state's fire code that did away with strong penalties if contractors missed daily fire safety inspections. After his questions, though, the State Building Council said it identified a typo in the fire code that inadvertently changed the way the code could be enforced. David's questions came as he uncovered a Charlotte Fire Department inspector visited the site of the deadly South Park fire 7 days before the blaze. A spokesperson for the Building Council said in a statement that the council will need to take action to correct the reference. The spokesperson also tells WBTV staff is looking into this issue and may find additional information regarding the timing of this change. You can read more of David's investigation online right now at WBTV.com.